YouTube Gaming launched at the end of August of 2015, and Twitter Gaming launched in January of 2016. Both services designed to be the hub for the gaming content on both platforms. Gaming content is a big industry, and the culture can be exploited to either keep users on the site or bring in new users. The following can be seen as a lesson in how not to do that. You ever have a friend who started working on a project, let's say a YouTube channel, and it doesn't go as well as they planned, so they kind of just pretend like it didn't happen and stop working on it altogether? Well, that's Twitter and YouTube Gaming. Both platforms peaked when they were launched, but Twitter Gaming did so bad that the interest in the search term immediately fell to where it was before anybody even knew Twitter Gaming was a thing. It was an immediate failure. YouTube Gaming at least has some traffic. Here you can see the interest for when it was announced, when it was launched, its quick decline, and the subsequent months. Hey, it's gone up like a whole point. Let's look at why this is. Well, for Twitter Gaming, it's pretty simple. They stopped fucking using it. They rarely ever post anymore, and when they do, they just retweet big gaming brands like Ubisoft, Nintendo, and Xbox. When they did post a lot, they focused heavily on eSports. Bro, eSports, yeah! Whenever I talk to somebody on the outside of the industry looking in, they always mention eSports. Hey, have you heard about eSports? There's so much money in that. You should get into that. While I agree, there's so much more out there on the internet than just eSports. My favorite is when they go, why don't you do that? Just go do that. Just go join the MLG. Like, okay, then you go join the Giants. YouTube Gaming has a similar problem to Twitter Gaming. A huge push when it was launched, and then a huge drop off like it doesn't exist. There are only two ways that you'd ever even be reminded of YouTube Gaming existing. One of them is if you're already watching a live stream on YouTube, like Wulff Live every single Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Wulff Den. Right above the chat, you'll see a little call out that says watch on YouTube Gaming. In the past, it used to say watch in night mode on YouTube Gaming, which in my opinion is a better way to draw people in. Night mode gives them another incentive, not to mention it's a nice change from the regular look of YouTube. The channel pages look really nice, and I think that they're gonna roll this out over vanilla YouTube soon too, because there was some people like Philip DeFranco was reporting that there was a beta of YouTube that gave them this look also. And some of you are gonna be like, oh, I prefer the look of regular YouTube. No, that's just because you're used to it. It's not better, it's just you're used to it. But clicking watch on YouTube Gaming is the only way to get to YouTube Gaming from the vanilla YouTube site. There could at least be a categories tab or a section in the trending tab with a call out to go to YouTube Gaming. In 2014, Minecraft was one of the top searches right in between music and movies. It beat out the word movies. Give gaming a bigger priority. The other way you might know about YouTube Gaming is their Primetime on YouTube Gaming initiative. Although when you search for it, you get this page with calendar events from last November. For a while, when you watched a video on vanilla YouTube, a call out would come up on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen and tell you all about Primetime on YouTube Gaming. This was a great idea, and the programming is still kind of a thing. It might even be the reason that YouTube Gaming went up a point in the Google Trends chart. It just doesn't get the push that it deserves anymore. By the way, Wulff Live is right in that primetime slot every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in case you need any more content for that primetime blog, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm here. We're right here for you, YouTube. So what we can gather from this is that the only way that you'd even know about YouTube Gaming existing is if you're already watching a live stream on YouTube. So you'd never know it was a thing unless you were watching specific people who used it, like eSports people. Most of these people already gravitated over to Twitch because there's a nice, concise browse feature. Something that should be on vanilla YouTube, or at least more easily accessible through vanilla YouTube. One website reported that combined with the might of the existing video platform juggernaut, the YouTube gaming streaming and video service is crushing the competition. No shit. YouTube is huge. It's a bigger website. YouTube Gaming is definitely not huge. Right now, Twitch is a better place for streaming game content. You get more money because there's more incentives for fans to give you money, like the emotes, the subscribe button, there's the donations, there's now the cheers, and it's much easier for people who are already on the site to find you. Twitch's advantage is that it's their shtick, it's all that they have. YouTube's shtick is video on demand, but YouTube Gaming has that too. And YouTube should be putting a lot more effort into pushing these big channels to be streaming on YouTube Gaming, not Twitch. PewDiePie has streamed on Twitch a few times. He's got such a big presence on YouTube, what's the point in going over to Twitch? Same thing with Game Grumps and Pro Jared. Don't give them a reason to go somewhere else, keep them here. Push YouTube Gaming as a category and stop treating it like a completely different site. It's not really, it's just a skin over regular old YouTube. If you're watching this video in your web browser, go to the URL bar and just type gaming with a period right before YouTube, and it'll take you to the YouTube Gaming version of this page. Then you can continue to use the site as normal. And I'd love to see more content pushed from creators like Game Grumps, Video Game Donkey, JonTron, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be eSports all of the time. Jesus Christ. Keep the gaming content together. Build a community, just like all these Twitch people keep talking all so much about. Oh my God, I love this community. This community saved my life. I love each and every one of you so much, even the ones who subscribe to me and tell me to kill myself every day. I love every one of you is so precious to me. This community definitely doesn't stress me out and make me feel like I have to do things a certain way and not be myself. This feeling of community is definitely not a mob mentality or anything. It's not a cult. We're just a community. I feel like I have family because we all play the same game. It's this community. I love it. My community is better than your community, and there's no drama here in this community. I just hate your community because mine's a lot better. When I'm watching Twitch, I'm just dripping with that sense of community, just gushing out of me. I'm so wet with my sense of community. The YouTube Gaming Twitter account actually does a pretty good job of promoting things. The Twitter Gaming Twitter account could learn a thing or two from it. YouTube Gaming is a good idea. They just have to get people to want to stream gaming content on the platform. To their credit, they are starting to roll out some pretty good monetization ideas. They just launched Super Chat, which is kind of like Twitch bits. You can pay to have your messages called out in the chat or pinned to the top of the chat for a certain amount of time. There's also a way to sponsor a streamer, similar to how you can subscribe to a streamer on Twitch. But it's a whole $1 cheaper, wow! I would love for YouTube to give Twitch more of a run for its money. And Twitter Gaming is a missed opportunity that could be promoting the truly great gaming content and personalities that are on Twitter, because they are there. Everybody who has a YouTube or a Twitch account has a Twitter account. And if any of these people want to send me a sweatshirt, that would be sick. You know what? That's probably the best way to get somebody to stay on your platform. Send them a sweatshirt. Send me a sweatshirt, I'll be all over your platform. And how about this, Twitter? Fix my goddamn Twitter account, and maybe I won't hate you so goddamn much. So what do you guys think about YouTube Gaming? Is it being utilized in the way that it should be? And what do you think about Twitter Gaming? Was that a missed opportunity? Leave it in the comments below. Add me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage. And what do you think about streaming gaming content in general? Is there a specific reason why you would watch it on one platform versus another? Don't forget about our new series called Backlog, where we reach into our backlog of games, pick out a random one, and talk about it. Last week was Cyborg Justice for the Sega Genesis, and that was fun to talk about. And an episode of The Art on Shoddycast went up. There's a lot of things going on. If you click the little eye, it'll bring a list up of all of the things that I'm talking about here. A little watch list, if you will. I already talked about Wulff Den Live every single Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, the most important things that you could do is subscribe and share this video with a friend who wants to get into streaming or is into streaming, and maybe they can give me their 2 cents on it. Thank you guys very much. Have a good week. I've been moving this camera so much.